I'm ready.
I don't know if the internet knows this, but I know how good a recipe is by how loud Kevin smacks.
Can you hear that?
When it's really good, Kevin's like... When it's okay, it's kind of just like...
You gotta aerate the rest. You gotta aerate it. I'm aerating the flavor so that all that, my taste buds are activated.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the FitMenCook kitchen. We are making something delicious that you may have had in your favorite Chinese restaurant. We're making today some steamed bao. A lot of people say steamed bao buns or bao buns, which actually sounds kind of funny. Bao actually means buns, so you're saying steamed buns. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Buns. Steamed buns. All right, well that actually works too. But we're making steamed bao, and we are stuffing them with some teriyaki chicken and some shiitake mushrooms. Now, if you've never made a recipe like this before, then I really do invite you to go and do this. It is a great way to increase your competency and also your confidence in the kitchen. I know you probably eaten at a restaurant before and you're like, how in the world do they make this? It's just this pillowy dough, or how do you even make bread before? This recipe right here will actually show you how to do that from start to finish, all right? If you're ready to roll up your sleeves for this delicious steamed bao recipe, then let's get started. All right, let's blow this popsicle stand. So first thing we're gonna do to make our bao is we're going to mix up our dry ingredients. So we're gonna add in some all-purpose flour. Now, keep in mind that when you add all-purpose flour, that the end result is going to come out a little bit more tan. It's not going to be that brilliant white color, that vibrant white color that you see in most restaurants. That's bleached flour. Then we're going to add in some arrowroot. If you don't have arrowroot, you can also just use some what, Jesse? You've been working here long enough, bro. Cornstarch, what? Cornstarch. Oh, okay. It's all right. It was I shouldn't have put you on the spot like that. You've only been working with me for 5 years.
Video is my specialty.
Baking powder. And one of the most important ingredients here, active yeast. I'm gonna top this off with a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna use some coconut sugar. I'm gonna give this a good mix of all of the dry ingredients. You can do this entire process by hand, but let me tell you, you're probably gonna have the strongest shoulders and forearms in the world, and a lot of women do that. A lot of people do that, first off. Like, women just the only ones that bake. What? I'm gonna be a little bit more efficient, and I'm gonna use a hand mixer. Now, we're going to add in some warm water. Make sure that the water is actually warm. You don't really want lukewarm water. You want slightly above lukewarm so you can actually touch it, but it shouldn't be lukewarm in terms of room temperature, because we need it to be warm in order to activate the yeast in this mix. Also gonna add in some avocado oil. Let's begin to mix this up, turn this on low speed, and then just pour in the water and oil. And we're gonna crank this up a little bit, crank this up to medium for about 5 minutes. We're gonna keep this going until it's all well mixed and the dough is no longer sticky. All right, after about 5 minutes, take a look at the dough's condition, and this is exactly what we want. Nice texture right here. Now, we're gonna continue kneading this for about 10 more minutes. You can do this by hand, but I prefer to use the hand mixer. So we're gonna put it back into our bowl. Did you hear about the crime in Fort Worth, man, recently? That bakery that got robbed? No. Oh. I wonder if they got away with all the dough. Come on, that was funny, bro.
Nobody needed to know that.
Oh, dang it, don't take my next joke! Don't take my next joke! We're gonna knead this again for about 10 more minutes. Now, as a good practice, I like to knead mine a little bit by hand, just for a few more minutes, just to make sure that it's got that nice bounce back action. Grab your rolling pin, just gonna knead this dough. I'll do this 1 or 2 times. Asked a friend who's a phenomenal baker, what's the best ingredient to get to like perfect dough? She told me it was on a knead to dough basis.
That was better.
You walk right into it. You didn't even see it coming. Oh, I got some residual laughs with that one. After you kneaded it a couple of times, grab a bowl, cover it up, and store this in a warm place. So we're gonna come back in about 1 hour and let that dough rise and put together our bao. All right, and after about 1 hour, we've got our dough, and wow, it's like doubled in size, as you can see. Now we're gonna knead this out again. This time we're gonna knead it to about 1 centimeter in thickness. All right, 2 more things that you're gonna need. You're gonna need some parchment paper. I like to use cupcake molds, and the reason is I don't have to sit around with some scissors and cut out squares. I can just open up the cupcake mold and flatten it out. You can use a cookie cutter. I like to use just a drinking glass. This is about 4 inches. Yeah, about 4 inches, and we're gonna just make some circles. Now with our individual bao cut out, you see the thickness of it. You see it's nice and pillowy already. Now we're just going to lightly just massage it a little bit more. You can use a brush. I'm just gonna use some cooking spray. This is some avocado oil. We've already used that. Flip it over. I don't want it to stick. And then just lightly mash it down so that way it stays that way. Take our bao and add it to our cupcake ring. And set aside and repeat. All right, so after our bao are made, now it's time to steam them. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get a pot, we're gonna fill it with some water, and we're gonna bring it to a boil to create some steam. Now, if you don't have a bamboo steamer basket like this, you can also use an Instapot or a multifunction cooker. The most important thing is that you have to steam these to cook them. Add in the first layer of my steamer basket. We're gonna spread these out, and the cool thing is that since these are on the cupcake, we got layer 1, and you'll likely need to do this in batches. Add in the second layer, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. And I know you're probably hungry, but this is just gonna require a little bit more of some Texas patience. And as the bao is finishing up, let's just go ahead and prepare the inner parts of it because it's always nice to eat them with something stuffed inside of them. So we're gonna get some rotisserie chicken. We're gonna pull off the skin and then just pull apart the white meat. Then we're gonna take some store-bought teriyaki sauce and just smother that on top of it. And after about 10 minutes, see how they've puffed up quite a bit. All right, let's make some stuffed bao. Gonna add in a slice of cucumber, a little bit of grated carrot, add in our delicious teriyaki chicken, top it off with a little bit of fresh cilantro. And then Jesse, who eats in the FitMenCook kitchen?
Everybody.
Add in our shiitake. Top it off with some cilantro as well. Beautiful. All right, Jesse, now time to taste test. Which one do you want?
I'll take chicken.
Okay, good. I was like,
I saw you eyeing that.
Okay, I do. This shiitake is just like, oh, it's beautiful. Here you go, man. That's for you. Cheers.
Wow, I love the way they feel.
Don't they feel pillowy?
Yeah, that's
nice
amazing.
and pillowy and spongy. Here we go. Yeah.
Man.
Go ahead.
It's filling my mouth with happiness, bro.
This makes me so happy. Look at this. Look at the inside texture of it.
I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's like a savory donut or something.
That's probably the best description ever. A savory donut. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. All right, y'all. That is it for today's video. We hope that you really enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. Jesse, did you enjoy it?
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, I'm gonna have to taste it again with the chicken to see if I really enjoyed it, but I know that you're gonna enjoy it at home. If you like videos like this, and I invite you to smash that like button below, and remember to subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, you gotta ring that bell so that way you can be notified whenever we post hot new content here in the FitMenCook kitchen. All right, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I want you to keep it healthy, but of course, never, ever boring. Boom! Bye, y'all.